Those. Hello. Oh, Zeus. Stop it.
The biggest surprise is not that the UC engaged in Xeno warfare in the past, but that they ever stopped. I would have expected them to very quietly keep this place open.
Okay, well, there we be. One slightly upset though.
We get so used to normal gravity that anything lower feels almost comical. backbone of the United Colonies, no matter how they attempt to shape their image.
And enter any active sites that you require.
Go to Mars, they said. The pay is great, they said.
Is that really her? Hadrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
The red eyes are some badge of honor, I take it? They would be difficult to conceal.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
Of course.
Well, that's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match.
Londinian.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers.
Good place to start.
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archive? Doesn't that mean we be dealing... And the Freestar Collective? Guess we can kiss that approach.
I didn't think the cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favor. One, they want to see this analysis. And two, they want to discuss with both of us. Of course, you deserve... Percival and I, we were military scientists. Ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the...
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut... Oh. Well... But it was during that assignment that the UC asked... The project never got... Under the watchful eye. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking. Thank you. Now I need to get this work up in the cabinet's hands. Once that's done, I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
It is pleasing to speak with you. Civilian city security is here to keep
Eager
you
to help,
safe.
if I
If
can.
you see something suspicious, please don't hesitate to report it.
Did you need...
Security.
Thank you for the conversation.
The Lux condos aren't anything special, but plenty Many of the sequences were shot
If it were not for the Lodge, I think I would avoid this city. It is all just too much.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. But listen, so, my relationship with the UC. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. The man I was cloned from, my father, was Freestar Collective. And the things he did, well, so my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. That's not an unfair assessment. So your help means a lot more than I just... You know, while we've got a sec... Or if you've got any... No telling how long the cabinet... Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't Xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up. Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet.
Something you still wanted to discuss? All right. Then let's not keep them waiting. Sounds like our cue.
Alrighty.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precise. So now, we have two petitioners here making a access to the UC a request which will require... Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have... Perhaps you could summarize... That is something to consider. Though we also...
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power...
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the...
Let's keep this civil. And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among... Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they know? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question.
Just taking her word for it as well, then.
So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request?
I can't help but agree with the captain. Attempt.
It does, doesn't it? We were all...
You and I are in agreement, Chief. So, if there are no other objections, I believe...
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Oh no.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
And away we go.
You! That's the EM rifle! Grab it!
Now hit him with everything you've got.
Stop! We're trying to help you! Target.
Thank you for what you did.
The way those people were acting.
I don't know. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them, but some of the other officers down there.
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs, it affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them. Even if you kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire. And let's do it.
That's unlocked. Please.
I heard something.
Oh my God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Shoot it! Shoot it! You might back up. Don't just stand there.
Take what you must. Leave the rest for the scavengers.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
I'm glad to see you. A good team always shares the load. May the serpent guard you.
All sides! Oh god. Captain! You're going to be okay. It's not real. Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real. You have to put down that board.
Here! I'm over here! Oh god! Please don't let me die!
I doubt they'll trouble us anymore.
Let's see how quickly it can die.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
The rest of the city is safe, thanks to us. You deserve whatever accolades you have coming.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two.
Nope.
Universe put the right people in the right place.
You're not wrong.
I don't want to think what would have happened.
Just glad we could rise to the... Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know that... Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safe
Interstellar affairs. Right then, ladies and
Thank you,
bitches.
gentlemen. Let your people all know how. Captain,
Creatures killed UC citizens.
Hadrian, it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did. Your concerns about the...
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. Now, you will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data. But to accomplish those goals, as such, like, as soon as we've got the data in hand... Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an someone who knows precisely the sorts of data, the cabinet wants you, Captain, to... We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your city. So... I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be... Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide. You should be able to find her in her... And on behalf of the whole...
I'm gonna go check in with Chief.
Chief Yassine, these orders... A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I heard I was also... Chief Yassine wants you... We're going to do everything. And that means first getting you in... Someone paid attention in care. Access to the archive. UC. Now, the UC... Get them both and you'll have your data. Very funny. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't. Now, I'll provide guidance. And I do mean co-op. Though that doesn't mean... But it does mean we need to get you up to... Who do you want to start with? Ambassador? The good ambassador. It sounds as... Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and use your experiences as a member of... And who knows? But my suspicion... Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassadors. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way. So, if you are going to try and access the device... Now, we recovered some intel, we believe. But there's also a disgruntled staff member. All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed.
Hi.
Oh, Zeus. Zeus.
I have been thinking about us. It is. You and I cannot really know. I am not as much as I... No, that is not. When the Great Sir, you are not like me. I have tried to not worry myself over it, but I can't. You understand, this is different. I have never expected you to share my beliefs. I do want to be with you, but how can I possibly... I just hate to think of anything coming between. But you are right. I need to focus on... Thank you for talking me through this. Really? You continue to surprise... Of course, yeah. My culture deals with this. I need some time to... But do not mistake that for hesitation.
Excuse me.
Captain, would you like to finish your... Ambassador Balmore's... When the rest of House he's though claiming to know. Of course. But we're not 100% sure about his public appearances. Scans of the facility show life... Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door is in here. And fair warning. Now, if you have additional questions, or... I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while... Be smart out there, Captain.
Hello.
Really, Zeus?
They build a monument to the people they lost. I cannot help but notice that the Colony War Memorial is in direct line. wonder how many times one side or the other has threatened to close this embassy down over the years.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
That woman isn't... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. And, like, I've got you to thank for... Well, then you have my earnest... But look, they said you were coming here on... The ambassador likes to handle all that personal, even if he does have trained diplomats here to help. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so... You... Huh, may... So you want me to... Okay, first you need her bio key and... the code machine. Only the... her quarters. And you... and the UC will... Really? Okay, so... there's a utility corridor that leads to the Ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be... I'll keep an ear...
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
We have resorted to theft now, I see.
Hey, you're in a restricted zone. This area's off limits. What are you doing in here? Freestar Security, stop right now!
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again, which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if? What if one opened up? The life is hard. In what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him.
Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep.
Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. You have my thanks for what you did down. Now, she also mentioned that, and made that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives. Some of the most highly guarded information. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a...
We are merely stating the obvious. If you are threatened by that, perhaps you should do something about it. Like...
And just give the UC free run of the archives? Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information... I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you... We'll oversee the research. Guess that takes the whole trust us component out of play, doesn't it? That does seem like a workable idea. Fine. You'll get what you want. Follow me. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge.
Very loud puppy dog. Yes, you.
Sorry, but I need sign off from the Interstellar office before I can ship
it. By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you.
So strange that now, for all reasons, is my first time inside this place. Since I have seen one of these trees. People would be proud to know it grows. Profit is never necessarily the aim, but if there is something worth taking.
You think you can hide?
should move on. There's nothing left.
save. Are you joking? It saved just before it killed me. Or has it killed me?
It's so strange that now, for all reasons, my first time inside this place.
Uh-huh.
Profit is never necessarily the only something worth taking. Ah, a face. If I can take a few